Hello and happy Tuesday. I'm Vicki Highball, the founder of Know You to Grow You Business Coaching, and this is Teach Me Tuesday. And so today I actually have a container of water, and I have this for a reason. Now let's pretend this is a pitcher of water. For whatever reason, wherever my water pitcher went, it's gone. So we're going to pretend this is a water pitcher. And the reason why I have this is this represents your mental energy for the day. So you can see you only have so much mental energy in the container. And once it's gone, you're going to have to wait for it to recharge, for it to refill, for it to replenish. So I bring this up because the other day in one of the continuing education things I was participating in, we were discussing Kathy Kolbe's 5 rules for trusting your guts. That's part of the Powered by Instinct book that she wrote. And rule number 3 is to commit, but to very little. And so it really, at its core, has to do with your mental energy, because you only have so much of this. And so if you commit to too many things, you will run out of mental energy. So let me keep this in mind. So we'll leave this here. Let's say that I have a to-do list that has like just a ton of things on it. And they're all, semi-small things. And so we'll say those are represented by these Dixie cups. You can see there's a whole lot of them here. Now, I probably have enough mental energy to at least put a little bit into each one of these tasks, each one of these activities. However, I'm going to probably run out before I finish them, and I'm not going to be able to probably fill each one of them up. And even if I did, that's not very big. You know what I mean? I'm really not moving that forward very far. Now, if I applied the concept, the rule of commit, but to very little, which is also emphasized by the book, The One Thing by Gary Keller, where he just says, what is the one thing that if you did that, it would make everything else easier or unnecessary? Same thing, commit, but to very little. And in his case, commit to one thing. Also, Warren Buffett, when he talks about why successful people are successful, he says it's because they say no to almost everything. Again, commit, but to very little. So what would it look like if I committed to very little? Well, that might be that maybe in this week, this is true. I have really committed to do 2 big things this week. There are 2 key things that I'm focused on this week, and all the rest is kind of taking a back seat. And so, because I'm only committed to these 2 things, I can pretty much fill up both of those 2 things with my mental energy. My mental energy is going to be able to really help get these 2 things moving forward. I could instead choose to pour into a whole bunch of things, but I'm only going to be able to pour a little bit of mental energy in. Let me give you an example of what this is. When you open your inbox in the morning, when you open your email inbox in the morning, every email is like one of these cups. It's requiring mental energy. Every time that you're responding to one of those emails in your inbox, it's taking mental energy. So by the time you finish your inbox, this is already going to be low. How much mental energy are you really going to have left to work on those things that are your priority? So 1, save the email till after you've poured into your priorities. It makes a big difference. The other thing is to consider what things are on your schedule that, are littler things that could move to later in the day. Like, let's pour our mental energy into the things that matter most first, the things we're really committed to wanting to move forward. And then whatever is left here, we can take care of some of these things. Give your best mental energy to the things that matter most, and you will see your business move forward. You will see your goals move forward. because you're giving it the mental energy before it starts to run out. Because once it runs out, we've all hit that wall. We've all had that 2 o'clock in the afternoon where it's like nothing is working anymore. You're mentally drained. You're just not, you're getting diminishing returns essentially because you keep trying to force things to happen, but you've run out. This is empty. And you have to wait for it to recharge, and it kind of recharges kind of slow. So what can you do to start setting yourself up for success? I mean, one is to, check the emails later, get the big stuff done first. The other thing you can do is to start leveraging the power of other people's mental energy. So that means starting to delegate to a VA, to a virtual assistant, to a contractor, to if you decide you want to hire somebody to work with you, to be able to leverage their mental energy to also take care of things. Because then it's not all on you. You're not the only one pouring into those things that matter for your business. You have other mental energy pouring into that also. So at the end of the day, committing but to very little is there to set you up for success, that you are moving things forward that matter more to you than some of the things that don't really matter at all. So what can you do this week to move some of these off to the side and pour your energy into those big things that move your business forward? Let me know in the comments how you plan to apply this principle of commit, but to very little. And I'll see you next week for another Teach Me Tuesday.